Hey, it's Chris Kopf, and welcome to the Resort Real Estate System for Success webinar. This is the Attract Client Secrets web class. I'm excited that you've joined us. We're going to wait just a minute or two for other people to get on. And in the meantime, if you want to go ahead and just in the chat box, tell us where you're from and how long you've been a real estate agent or anything else about yourself you want to share, feel free. But we're just going to wait just a minute or two to get started. I am Chris Kopf, and I'm the creator of the Resort Real Estate System for Success. And my goal in this webinar, and hopefully your goal, is to help you to be a more successful real estate agent in your market, to help you to attract affluent clients that want to do business with you, and give you some tips, techniques, strategies, and tactics that you can use in your market to differentiate yourself, stand out from your competition, and build a business that's sustainable so that you can attract clients and work with those clients to get them to successfully get to the closing table, to help your clients to buy their dream home or help them to sell their home and their property so they can move on with the next chapter in their life. So that's just a high level summary of some of the ideals that I have and the things that I've been implementing as a real estate agent. Currently, and I'll talk a little bit more about this in the web class as just an intro and an update, but I'm an active agent just like you. So I'm excited to share some of the things that are working for me in my business every single day and the things that I've been using to be successful. And so it's about 5 after, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Looks like we've got some more people who've joined. And again, feel free to go in the chat box. So this is the Attract Client Secrets webinar, and I am super excited that you're here. And I want to just thank you for taking the time and to take the time out of your day to improve yourself. So let's go ahead and let's get started here. What you're going to learn today is how to instantly attract new affluent clients and earn an extra $100,000 in commissions in your resort market without ever having to make cold calls again. So I want you to hold me accountable to this slide. I'm going to actually show this slide a couple more times, and we're going to, this is our goal, to help you learn this today. So if you're looking at this right now and this looks like something that's of interest to you, you're in the right place. And this is me on the left, Chris Kopf, and this is Shelby on the right-hand side. Shelby, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
All right, Shelby. Well, thanks. And Shelby is our moderator as well for the webinar. And if you have questions, we encourage you to type your questions in the chat box, and Shelby will be monitoring that. And go ahead and chat right now where you're from. And that little post-it note there that says, please chat now. Shelby, do you like that? I added that this week so we can make sure everybody sees that little post-it note.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, and any questions that anyone has, feel free to type those in, and I will periodically answer your questions as you type those in. So
very good, and I'll do my best to answer them. And Shelby, I know that if there's questions and there's things that I miss, if I don't see it in the chat box, please let me know, and we'll either answer it right then, or we'll wait till the end to answer all the questions and make sure we get everybody's questions answered. Is that good?
that sounds good.
All right. Well, let's get started. So we're going to get going, and we'll be pretty fast and furious here, but I really, a couple housekeeping things too. I want you to focus and stop what you're doing, if you would, right now, and just pay very close attention, because we're going to spend about 60 minutes or so, and I'm going to go through and share exactly what I am doing today as a real estate agent. And these are things that you can copy in your business. So there's a lot of value, a lot of, as my friend Chris Ducker says, who's a good guy, listen to his podcast, and I've had the opportunity to meet him. He says a lot of value bombs with an English accent. So if you've never, if you could stop the things that you're doing, turn off your cell phone or silence it and all the other apps that might be on your computer, let's get going. So my goal today from this web class is is the only way for you to build a sustainable real estate business in your resort market is with proven, repeatable systems to attract new affluent clients. And I believe the only way to consistently attract those affluent clients who will contact you is with the Resort Real Estate System for Success. And I've created this simple step-by-step system that does exactly that. And so I'm hopeful that you're going to really focus and pay attention and stay until the end, because I promise you're going to get some really cool bonuses. In fact, I'm going to give you secrets that I use in my business that have made me over $1 million in incremental commissions, and tons of happy clients. And I'm going to go through examples of these things and how I put my systems to work that you can copy that can be used for you. So this web class is really for two different types of real estate agents. Those agents who've had some success but are sort of on a roller coaster month to month, or those agents who are earning six figures or more and want to double or triple their business while leveraging systems to work smarter, not harder. So I always say this, that I have been a student of the game, and I always have sought out other people and tried to learn extra things. How can I widen my horizon? So I hope that's you, regardless of if you're one of the agents under the first category or the second category. I'm certain that you're going to benefit from today's webinar. So let's get started. So what do we seek as real estate agents? And we're all in the same boat here, because I'm a real estate agent, as I mentioned in the intro. If you didn't hear that the very beginning, I'm a practicing real estate agent, and every single day I wake up and I put on real estate pants and I work with clients and I figure out how I can do a better job of being a real estate agent, how I can serve my clients better. But really what we seek in our business to try to eliminate the complexity and all the noise in our business is a framework that leads to a strategy that's simple, that generates leads for us that turn into clients, and that those clients convert consistently, and we get to the closing table with our buyers and sellers, and that generates money for us that we're able to support our family and our lifestyle, and ultimately that we have more freedom in our life. So that, when I coach and talk with other agents, that's really what I'm hearing as a simplistic version of our business and our life. And so what makes this different? What makes the Resort Real Estate System for Success different? Well, Chris Kopf, and that's me, and that's a photo of me on the right-hand side. I'm actually going down in the Gunnison. I think that's the Gunnison Gorge or the Black Canyon, but sometimes you get to go downhill. And I am a top 1% real estate agent. I'm actually among the top 1% based on statistics from 2017. I've been among the top agents of Coldwell Banker for many, many years, but I am a global luxury specialist. I live and work in a resort area. My clients are affluent buyers and sellers who call me, and I've been very successful as a real estate agent in a very short period of time, and I'll take you through a little bit of that. But I had 30 years of sales and sales marketing, sales management and marketing experience at technology startup companies, and then I became a real estate agent. So that's part of what makes this difference. I have quite a resume and a career before I became a real estate agent, so I approached the business a little bit differently, and I hope when I share some of those things with you, you're gonna see that these tips, techniques, strategies, and tactics can help you as well. All right, so I'm going to share a quick story, my journey. It'll give you a little bit of perspective, and that's me. I think I was in, I can't remember, 7th or 8th grade, but if you see me now and some of the images of me, you might notice I don't have any hair. Well, this was the one time that I was at the high point of the most hair on my head. So anyway, I thought, well, I might as well grow it long while I had it, and that was me. I ended up going to the Ohio State University. I got a marketing degree. That's me with my folks. My dad's still with us, and my mom passed away a number of years ago, but I really cherish that photo at graduation. And I moved from Ohio to Texas and to the big city, big shiny city of Dallas, Texas, and really enjoyed the opportunity to live there for about 25 years. Met my wife there, my beautiful bride, Francine, and we have enjoyed now, I think, 27 years of marriage, but we were very blessed with 3 daughters. And Shelby, who is on this call, we'll talk a little bit about in a minute, is the oldest of our three daughters, and I'm super, super duper excited to have Shelby joining me in this journey to help other agents. But my career was in the high technology space, high tech startups, and I worked for three different companies and started as a sales rep, and then progressed and got promoted to be a district manager, then regional manager, area manager, and with the last company I was with, a company called Network Appliance, I was promoted to be the worldwide OEM manager. And in each of these steps in my career, I gained more opportunity, responsibility, quota, people, and income, which led to more experience. And here's some of the things that I learned that I applied to my real estate business. That focus and target and setting realistic goals are very important. Competitive analysis, very important. Differentiation in the technology world is very important. And creating a value proposition really helps to define your company, your technology, where you fit in the market, and customer service and satisfaction. You cannot overlook the value of serving your clients. Product is key, but the most important thing are skilled people that make the difference, because there's a ton of technology out there, but not a lot of winners. And the winners are the companies that figure out how to make an investment in people and skills in their training. And so that's one of the things I said earlier, is that I really applaud you for taking this time to be on this web class, this webinar, because if you invest in yourself, you're buying time. You're really launching yourself forward many years by investing in yourself, because you, as I always say, you are the product and you are the service in our real estate world. Okay, so just a little bit of a step back. This was our family photo from our Christmas card in 2003. And at the time, I really felt like I was living the dream. We had a beautiful family. I thought I had work balance, extra time in my life, and it was healthy and fun. But in fact, the reality, not the case. We had some challenges in our marriage. My wife was struggling with some personal issues. It was just not good. I had a time when my wife literally came to me. I was promoted to be OEM manager for this company. I was getting on a plane to go to Europe for a week. I was going to be in London, then Hong Kong and Singapore, and I was going to be doing a lot of international travel. And my wife came into me and said she wanted a divorce. She was really struggling with some issues, and I had to make a choice. And I made a choice that next morning. I went in. I was supposed to leave on a Sunday. I went in on a Friday, and I resigned my position, and I quit my job, and I decided supporting my family was the most important thing. And I went home to focus 100% on being a husband and a father. And I walked away from a huge promotion and annual income over $500,000 and literally millions of dollars of stock options at that company. But it was, in hindsight, a great decision and a great time of my life. I wouldn't necessarily want to relive that, but life is a journey. And I got to be both super dad and Mr. Mom. So for about a year, here's our daughters. I became soccer coach. I got very involved in Indian Princess with my daughters, and I really enjoyed that opportunity to become very close to them, and it was transformational in our marriage and in my life. So all comes to it was a good ending. We after about a year of some struggles and challenges, but we got to a point where we renewed our vows, and this is the image from them. And I really had to figure out now how I was going to create a new career and be an entrepreneur. And this is when I started a business with a partner. We built and bought billboards and real estate under billboards, and I still own some of those assets today. But we were still trying to figure out how to really live the dream and make some big changes. The income just wasn't there from the billboard business, although we had really developed some really good assets. We'd made a large investment in those assets, and with dwindling funds, I had to figure out another source of revenue and income and how I could support my family so we could live the dream. So we, in 2009, sold our home in Dallas and moved to our vacation home in the resort town of Crested Butte, Colorado. And it's a very, very beautiful place. And we were literally taking a leap of faith. No doubt. We had sold our house, cut our ties, and I was on to a new journey in my career, and I had to try and figure out, all right, what am I going to do now? So I decided to become a real estate agent just like you are, but What I didn't know is what you probably already knew or may have known when you got your license, but I did not know that 65% of all new real estate agents don't last a year. I didn't know that 80% of all real estate agents fail within 2 years. And this was 2009, and the median gross income of realtors was 28,000. That was a National Association of Realtors statistic. So that certainly was not anywhere close to the income that I needed to support my family. So you might also recall 2009 was the height of the mortgage crisis, the real estate crash, and a major recession. So not exactly a prime time to be getting your real estate license and to be going into the real estate business. So I set up a meeting with the managing broker owner of the local Coldwell Banker office, Coldwell Banker Bighorn Realty. And he said he agreed to meet with me as a courtesy because I had been a good client. We had bought and sold a number of properties in the Crested Butte area and through that office. And he said, it was before we even sat down, literally, he said, hey, I just want you to know that it's my policy that I don't hire people without any real estate experience. And there was a little bit of a silence, sort of this pregnant pause, right? And I said, well, wait a second. I said, can I get 30, how much time do we have? Can I get 30 minutes with you? And he said, yeah, that's fine. So we sat down and I told him my story. And at the end of our meeting, I asked him for the job, and he said, okay, I'm going to hire you. You can be a real estate agent in our office. And in Colorado, you have to be with an office where you're, licensed for 2 years under managing broker. So, and I think that's in most states. But anyway, he said, you have to get your real estate license and train yourself. And I said, okay, so I guess I'm starting from scratch. And this is the absolute truth. I had no real estate license. I had no leads. I had no clients, and very few people in Crested Butte even knew who I was. And so for me, it was literally sink or swim. Literally, I had to figure this all out for myself. So I had to go learn many things that I did not know. And I combined my new knowledge with the 30 years of successful experience that I had previously. And I started branding myself, and I started figuring out, all right, how can I be a real estate expert in my market? And so after much trial and error, I identified the things that did not work. But most importantly, I learned the things that did work. And I was trying to consistently attract affluent clients so that I could earn their trust. And my first transaction was a remote cabin that sold for $60,000. And I attracted the buyer as well. So I got both sides of that transaction. So it was really a $120,000 transaction. But I started attracting clients, and I started closing deals slowly and making money. And then within 3 years of my first transaction, I was in the top 10 agents in my market, about 175 agents. And by the fourth year, I was the #1 agent in my market. And so the best thing, though, that we were living the dream. We were living the mountain lifestyle. We got the opportunity in the off season, the spring break, and to go to scuba dive in the Caribbean and do some fun things. And I was being able to support my family. And so, I checked a lot of boxes. And so that was great. But you're probably saying, all right, what does all this have to do with me, right? What does this have to do? Well, it has everything to do with you, because I am you. I am a real estate agent just like you. I started from scratch. I struggled. I had to learn by myself. I had to figure this all out. And so I am now on a mission to teach a group of agents everything I know about attracting new clients and being successful in a resort market, to help them with their real estate business and their life, and to help them live their dream so that they can be successful also. So the question I asked myself for many, many months was, how am I going to do this? I really enjoyed when I was in the technology world and I got to be district manager and regional manager. I spent a lot of my time, because I had been successful as a salesperson, to help other agents and other managers that were reporting up to me how they could be successful. And I have that passion today to help other agents. And I tried to figure out how I was going to do that. So I took a step back and analyzed my business, and I looked at what was working and why, and then I documented my systems, and I created this book, the Resort Real Estate System for Success: How to Become a Top Real Estate Agent in Your Resort Market. And I decided in the beginning, actually, I spent about a year thinking I was going to, copy the blueprint of a coach that I had hired that spent a lot of time traveling around and speaking at conferences and on stages. And I realized that I'm in such a remote, I mean, it takes me 4.5 hours to get to the Denver airport to fly anywhere. So, it just wasn't going to work for me to be doing that. I mean, I did some seminars and I spoke on stages and things, but it really wasn't the model that was going to work. And I realized that the internet was the so this web class, this webinar, I've created an online academy. I've got all my materials and my how-to and all the training is online and accessible. So I'm leveraging technology and the power of the internet to help agents like you, which is awesome. So I've done a lot of things in my business right, but only after doing a lot of things wrong, because I learned the wrong way. I've got bookshelves filled with books that I've read. I've attended a ton of seminars, and what I found from the talking heads in our industry was a lot of the conventional wisdom does not work in resort markets. So things like sphere of influence and cold calling and first sale by owners and expireds and door hangers and PTA geographic farming just doesn't work in this market. And believe me, I have spent I tried these things. Believe me, I've tried these things, and I've spent tons of time in my sales career doing cold calling and a lot of different things. But what I found was the National Association of Realtors and the big brokerages training, and a lot of the marketing dollars are targeting first-time home buyers in suburban USA markets and Uber or Uber affluent on the other end of the spectrum, the Uber affluent. And that was not what I found to be similar in my market, in my resort real estate market. And in fact, I did speak recently with the director of the global luxury program within Coldwell Banker. And they do a lot of this glitzy, glamoury marketing, but the reality is the majority of the luxury transactions are really in the $1.5 million to $2.5 million range. It's just the bulk. It's just the bell curve, the biggest part of the bell curve of the transactions. But it's so much sexier to talk about a $30-40 million, mansion that's selling in Beverly Hills or something. But anyway, so this is what I have learned. I have learned the most important thing for us is to be in the client satisfaction business, because nothing else matters. Okay, attraction systems also help to pre-qualify our clients, our dream affluent clients, and I'm going to talk more about that. Cold calling is not sustainable. I'll talk a little bit more about that, and I'm going to show you why the high end is easier. Yes, really easier to do a $3 million transaction than 10 $300,000 transactions. And being an authority builds trust in the mind and the eyes of your prospective clients, and keeping it simple is super important. And repeatable systems that are simple are the keys for you to live the dream in your market. So I discovered all this by myself the hard way. And the good news for you is you are here and you get to learn from me and get to learn the easy way. All right. So the hard way is experimenting for you for the next 2 years and failing, probably not coming to the same conclusions that I came to because of my 30 years of successful business experience. The hard way is wasting a ton of money and useless advertising like I've done. Floor time, 100% of your marketing strategy. I never actually did that, but I know a lot of agents that do that. The hard way is bugging people, soliciting and working your sphere like you're a multi-level marketing, creepy person. Cold calling is not realistic and it's not sustainable, and I'll show you why. For sale by owners are crap, because when you call them, the first thing they want to do is negotiate your commission down, and the second thing is they have an unrealistic expectation of their home, and they hate real estate agents, so they wouldn't be selling their home by owner. So if those are the people you want to work with every day, have a nice day. If you're doing that and that's successful for you, well then good. Just keep doing that if that's working for you. I'm not going to tell you not, but I think you'll still learn a ton in this web class. All right. Targeting expired listing made enemies of co-op agents in my market that I wanted them to come to my open houses and bring buyers to my listings, right? And then door knocking and door hangers are useless in a luxury market because we have gated communities, second homeowners aren't there. You knock on the door, it's a vacation, rental family, and they're like, who are you? So it's just not a good market. So in general, those things that I just went through are are harassing people. If you want the easy way that does not require you to harass people, then you're in the right place. Stick around and pay attention, all right? So imagine the day when you're consistently receiving inbound calls from affluent clients. You're not outbound soliciting, wasting a ton of your valuable time. And that one affluent client could result in an extra $100,000 in gross commission income for you. So just imagine that's you. What would that mean to your business, to your life, and to your family, right? So I'm going to be totally transparent here. In 2017, my gross volume was over 34 million, and I generated over 800 and almost $80,000 in gross commission income. And I had no big team of people. It was just me. And I'll just say that I've been to a lot of, the National Association of Realtors Conference, the Coldwell Banker Global conference that they host every year, the Colorado Association. I've been around some of the top agents in our industry, and I always, try to affiliate with those people and get to know them and talk to them. And many of the people that I talk to, they say, they give me some pretty big numbers of the number of transactions that they have and the volume of business that they're doing. And I always ask the secondary question. I say, well, how many people on your team? And then I just pause. And the number is usually in the double digits. It's usually, oh yeah, we did 168 homes last year. I'm like, okay, great. How many people on your team? 17. And then I divide, 168 homes by 17 people, I'm like, well, what's the average? What was your total volume? And they tell me their total volume. I'm like, I think I like my model better. It's just me. And the reason it's just me is because I built these efficient, simple, repeatable systems that allow me to scale. I don't have any HR issues. And believe me, I had an organization of over 75 people when I was in corporate technology, sales and sales management. And I don't want that. I'm happy to be just me and have efficient systems. Now, let me say that I do have people that I use as subcontractors to do internet marketing and advertising and search engine optimization and to help me with some of the internet marketing things that I do. But and I have an admin in our office that helps me with, transaction management stuff. But I don't have a team of buyer agents and, all this stuff. So anyway, if you do, my systems will still work for you, and I will point out the places that you can delegate some of this stuff to your team. But I'm not knocking people that have a team. I'm just saying I've been pretty productive and pretty successful and made a lot of money that ends up flowing into my pockets to support my family and my lifestyle and my future and my business by doing the things that I'm doing. All right. So enough about that. All right. So, and I mentioned before that I'm in a top 0.5% of the Coldwell Banker, 73,000 Coldwell Banker agents in North America. And I'm in a very small pond. Most people I meet say, where in the heck is Crested Butte, Colorado? Never even heard of it. All right. So the most expensive ever home sold in our market, 4.5 million, and only 5 properties have ever sold above 4 million in my. So it's not like I'm like earning this income and generating this volume by selling 10, $20 million homes at a pop. No, I mean, I'm last year I did over 36 transactions, I think. And, yeah, I have a lot, and I'll go through that. But here's some examples of some of the deals that I have been involved with over the last few years. And, they're not huge transactions, but they add up, and the birds of a feather flock together. So as I'm working with these affluent buyers and sellers, they're referring me to their friends and family, and so my systems are working. And I teach a repeatable system on how to get those testimonials and references and referrals. Okay, so what I've ended up with is a business that's very sustainable. That I create a lot of happy new affluent clients, and I get them to the closing table, and I don't have to do any cold calling. All right. So if that sounds interesting, then stick around. Okay. So I need to do this because I'm required to say that my results are not typical. Okay. And I'm going to read this. I'm going to walk you through the specific systems that are earning me huge incremental commissions. My results are certainly not typical, and you may get 0 results. However, I'm happy to show you exactly what's working for me right now for free. And this is not for get rich quick people, and it's not for part-time agents or amateurs. Okay, that's a disclaimer. All right, so there you go. So the question I have for you is what's the most important thing in our real estate business? And again, here's the please chat now little sticker there, Shep. So anybody wants to type that in, feel free, and we'll come back to that. And we've been doing a lot of these webinars, and we have a lot of people that we've talked to that are coaching on calls, and we hear a lot of good answers. And these are all the types of answers that we've heard, and they're all good. And I kind of chuckle at one of these, the new car one I laugh about, but they're all true. They're all things that are good answers to the most important thing in our business, right? Without leads, we can't survive. Without a national brokerage, maybe we can't attract the trust and the credibility. Without marketing, without a brokerage reputation, a good office location, a website, without getting to the closing, without integrity and ethics. Those are all very important things. Having fun, super important, right? But the most important thing that we do as real estate agents is serving our clients. Every single day, I wake up and I say, how can I do a good job of serving my prospective clients and my existing clients, right? And regardless of what that is. And sometimes especially in a resort market, we're sort of tour guides, or we're chamber of commerces, or we're concierge services. We get these off the wall questions like, where's the best place to go on a hike, or where are the wildflowers the best, or who do I use to paint my house, or do you have a name of a person that can fix my toilet? I mean, it goes the gamut, right? Well, that's what we do. Every single one of those is an opportunity for us to serve our clients at the highest level. Okay, so now we're going to get a little bit more deep into how to instantly attract new affluent clients to earn an extra $100,000 in commissions in your resort market without having to make cold calls again ever. All right. So are you ready for 3 amazing secrets? Number 1, without this one thing, nothing else matters. Answer: systemized flow of new affluent clients. Number 2, you cannot attract a steady stream of your dream clients without understanding who your dream client is. And number 3, how to build trust and attract your dream clients and earn an extra $100,000 in commission. And I'm going to show you the exact things that I do in my business to be able to accomplish that. Okay, so let's go to dig into number 1. Attract client secrets, number 1. Without this one thing, nothing else matters. Remember, it's a systemized flow of new affluent clients. You cannot be a real estate agent doing real estate stuff if you don't have real estate clients. And I go back to kind of a funny thing, but I got my license and I show up the first day. I'm like, okay, what do I do? And the managing broker's like, well, remember, I'm not going to train you. I don't have a training system. We don't have a staff of people. We're an independent office. There's 22 agents here, and there's your desk. There's a phone. We have internet connectivity. I hope you brought a laptop. Have a nice day. So I'm like, all right, I can't do any real estate stuff, right? I can't be an agent unless I have clients to work with. So the first thing we have to do is find those clients, right? So if you dream of getting off the roller coaster and you want a consistent real estate business and a business where you have lots of luxury listings and you're helping lots of qualified affluent clients to buy their dream homes, then you're in the right place. Okay, so if you're nodding your head and saying yes, then good. All right, so let's just use this image as our affluent client. All right, so that's that image. Think of that, and kind of representative of my dream client. It's typically a family. They have 2 or 3 kids, and they're usually, my buyers are usually in the 45 to 55, 60 range. My sellers are usually in the 60, 55 to 60, maybe to 80 range, right? The sellers are kind of folding down their chapter of their life in the mountains because in the winter they can't ski anymore, and they may slip and fall on the ice and break their hip, and the altitude starts to bother them, and so they move to a beach resort or the golf resort or someplace else or close to their grandkids or whatever. But regardless, my affluent client is usually a couple with kids and or grandkids. All right, so you need systems to attract and deliver on a daily and weekly and monthly basis this steady flow of affluent clients. And if you had that system, wouldn't that be nice in your business? Well, I have that system, and I'm going to teach you how I have that. So let me share a quick story, right? Well, this is my family on the right, and that's me, that proud father and husband, and I have 3 gorgeous daughters and a loving life. But I've learned that fashion and clothes are very expensive, but they're very important to women. Okay, so if you're on this and you're a woman, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So look at how they're this so they all glow, right? They're glowing. And a woman can find the perfect evening gown and the gala event. She can have her hair colored and styled. She can get a mani-pedi. She can sparkle with classiest diamond jewelry, and she'll glow with the proper makeup. But the most important thing that has caused more chaos in our lives, in our home, is none of the above. And I don't know if you can guess. If you're a woman, you probably know, right? It's the shoes, the new shoes that you need for the outfit, right? Because I've learned the hard way, if you have everything, but the shoes don't go with the outfit, then nothing else matters. Okay, and I should probably add here the purse too. You got to have once you get the shoes, then all of a sudden we're on to the purse doesn't match, right? And so there's a lot of chaos. So you may think you have everything in your real estate business, and yes, I'm going to connect the dots. So just get used to the fact that I'll create some metaphors and analogies like this, but I've learned the hard way that if you have everything in your real estate business, but you don't have sustainable systems to attract new affluent clients, then nothing else matters in your real estate business, right? Because you can't do real estate stuff without real estate clients. And the most important thing in your real estate business is those clients. All right. So how do you get new shoes? You try them on and then you buy them. How do you get new clients? They try you on and then you get to sign them to either a listing agreement or a buyer agency agreement. All right. I'm not going to go into deep stories about this, but I'm sure you've had the situation, and I have, every agent has, and I still see agents that are burned by this. They come into the office and they're crying and they tell us a sad story of, they thought they had a client that they were working with because they showed them, property last winter and they were with them for 2 days. And then they just saw them on the street and they said, "Hey, I didn't know you guys are in town. What's happening?" And they go, "Oh, didn't you hear? We're so excited. We just bought a new house." And the agent, their jaw drops and they're like, "What? What do you mean?" They go, "Oh yeah, we just got in town and we started looking around and we went to an open house and it was perfect for us. And so we ended up working with that agent and we bought it. It was great." And they just the public doesn't get the fact that we're paid 100% of commission. When we show them property for 2 days and drive them around and do a ton of work and homework and follow up and all this stuff, that there's no money coming into our pockets. They just don't get that, right? So if you don't sign those buyer agency agreements, you're just opening yourself up for tears and failure, all right? Or problems or disappointment is probably the right thing. So, all right, so are you getting this? I'm going to take a quick break. I have to take a quick drink of water. Shelby, let's make sure, tell everybody what to do now with the chat box.
Yeah, if you're getting everything, if you have any questions, if you're getting it all, type yes in the chat box. And then if you have any questions on any of the information so far, just type that question in the chat box as well. We just want to make sure that everyone's getting all this information and that you're understanding what Chris has covered so far. So go ahead and type yes in the chat box if you're getting all of this so far.
All right, we need lots of yeses, hopefully. So this kind of the fundamentals, and we're going to start going a little faster and a little deeper on the material and the stuff that I'm doing. So just the facts real quick, and you can go look these up. I'm going to reference these just really briefly. National Association of Realtors does a lot of reports, and they're available on the website. And the things that I read these reports, and I go see these when they come out, and you should too. And what I've learned with this was a study they did in the state of Florida, and they found that buyers tend to concentrate in areas and the presence of family and friends, and that reinforces something I say a lot, which is birds of a feather flock together. Also, that personal contacts and previous clients and business contacts accounted for 72% of referrals or leads. So it's important to do a good job and serve your clients, because you're just one affluent client away from perhaps getting a bunch more clients from a very influential or luminary client in your community. In the 2017 Investment Vacation Home Buyer Survey says, some really interesting information about resort properties. 25% were bought in resort areas, vacation properties, And I thought it was interesting that only about 200 miles from primary residence. Most of the feeder markets for my market are Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas. Now the Front Range of Colorado, Denver and Boulder are big feeder markets. Some Colorado Springs, some Arizona, and then other. But that's just my market. But I encourage you to really understand your market and go through this survey and try and replicate that for your own market. And then talks a little about our membership profile in 2017. The good news is median gross income has gone up from 28,000 in 2009 to 42.5, but still not enough for me to support my family or my lifestyle. And I don't know about you, but I don't ever want to be average. So, but anyway, it's an interesting statistic. But some of the other things that our brethren, the agents, have said is that limited inventory is a challenge. It's harder to get listings, harder to keep up with technology. And 52% of realtors have a website, but it's not been working for them. It's not effective. They've only had one inquiry or 1% of their business from their website. So that's certainly not the case for me. And I will talk a little bit more about that because I've kind of merged my background in technology with my real estate business, and I've been able to leverage technology significantly in my systems. And then non-traditional competition is increasing. So again, what are the facts about your real estate business? Take some time to figure that out. Real estate business in the digital age, a couple of interesting facts. So go back to this, 52% of realtors aren't, figuring out how to utilize the internet and websites, but 57% of buyers are looking online for properties and information about home buying, including real estate agents, okay? So realtors don't have websites, and 72% of agents don't have a blog, 74% of agents are not comfortable with social media. So, that's too bad for them, too good for us, because I have systems that utilize this technology to help attract clients. So here's an interesting statistic, and we've all seen this. If you go back to your training as you got a real estate license, talked a lot about this, that 67%, 2/3 of the general public don't trust us. I think they ranked us below car salesmen, attorneys, and congressmen. So, and so this is one of the reasons I get back to this thing about sphere of influence, cold calling, all this stuff. Outbound soliciting is not the way you build trust with affluent prospective clients. Okay, so my dream client doesn't appreciate this. They don't want to be hassled. They don't want to be solicited to. So the answer is no, this is not a good way to endear yourself to your dream clients. Okay, so you're only as good as your next cold call. Or this is what you look like. I don't know if you remember this, Jack Nicholson in The Shining, but door knocking, if that's you, that's what they think about if you're on the other side of that door. The more valuable than your money is your time. And if you're wasting a ton of time on unproductive soliciting, then what happens when you get busy or you stop soliciting? Your business goes down, your lead generation goes down, right? And so that's not a sustainable system, because you'll end up on this roller coaster, right? What's better, one-to-one marketing or one-to-many? I would much rather do one-to-many because I can touch so many more people, right? Yes, one-to-one has a place when somebody raises their hand and they contact me and they say, hey, I'm interested, but I'm not soliciting. I'm leveraging technology that has a long shelf life. And that's a good thing, because I can create content and repurpose that content, and it lives and breathes and attracts clients when I'm sleeping. Okay, how would you like that in your marketing? All right, does that make sense? All right, so I kind of went through that portion a little bit quick, but I hope this information is helpful, and Shelby's monitoring. We're going to keep going, but Shelby, let me know if you get people that say no, they're confused, or they want me to back up, or have any questions. So if you have those, put them in the chat room. So now we're going to talk a little bit more about how to attract these affluent clients. Okay, so that's when we get on to secret number 2. And you cannot attract a steady stream of your dream clients without understanding who your dream client is. Does that make sense? All right, so this one secret has been the key to my repeatable success by attracting my dream clients. Okay, and so that's a photograph of me. We were in the British Virgin Islands, and we got to be on a sailboat charter and spend a week sailing around, and we had a captain, and I was doing I think I got my level 1 certification for sailing, which was mostly Coast Guard auxiliary stuff, but I did get to sail from island to island. I really enjoyed it. But one of the things I learned was you can sail into the wind. Actually, it doesn't matter which direction the wind is blowing. If you're setting a course, you can sail into the wind, you can tack into the wind, you can sail downwind. Okay, so you get the chance to set your sails on your sailboat wherever you want your business to go. And I would say set the destination at your dream client island. Okay, so you get to set the sails, right? So it's not the direction of the wind or the market that sets it, and you're the captain of your own ship. All right, so think about that. And you also get to choose what kind of clients that you're going to serve. All right, you get to choose. Okay, so if your marketing strategy is walk-ins, and I mentioned this before, I know some agents, and there's some agents in my office, right? Their marketing strategy is walk-ins, and I try and counsel them and say that's not a really good efficient use of your marketing strategy or your time and effort. I mean, that's great, but use that as the cherry on top, right? So I don't know if you caught this, but there's some shoes there with a cherry on top, right? Remember the shoes? Okay, forget it. So anyway, I just want you to know I've not taken floor time in I think it's over 2 years now. And so who do you want to work with, right? If you define that, these are probably not the people that you would identify as your dream client. But you want to, if you can't figure out who is your favorite people that you want to work with, then just create one right now. I mean, write this down or write a note to yourself to go back and revisit this so you can. And I get very specific about my dream client and who they are and where they're from. Not just they're from Texas, not just they're from Dallas, but where in Dallas. Okay, I know they're from University Park and Highland Park and Preston Hall. I know a lot about those areas. I was from Dallas, and so I do an extra amount of marketing and knowledge about that and do things that will attract people to me. In fact, I just tell a quick story. Today in my profile, if you go to my website, chriskopf.com, you'll see I have a bio. I have a long bio and a short bio on a lot of real estate websites. But in my long bio, I talk about I met my wife doing triathlons. Well, this one person that called me asked me about, am I still doing triathlons? And that they were a triathlete, and that was something that endeared them to me. And those are the types of things that I teach you in building your profile and figuring out how to differentiate yourself and figuring out how to attract your dream clients. So it's way easier to work with an affluent client who you're working on a $3 million deal than 10 $300,000 deals and way less time. Okay, and as I said it before, your time is super valuable, and my systems will save you time. And affluent clients understand that their time is more valuable than their money. Okay, so they understand that. So if you understand that that's what they understand, then you'll be better at serving them. Because when I taught this guy on the left, if you ever saw Sex in the City, his character was called Big on the show, right? And he was always driving around in a limo. He's very affluent. He was, very short to the point, future directed, right? And so I kind of picture in my mind this guy when I'm talking to my affluent clients, or maybe you should. But when they say do it, my response is will do. When they say, I want it, this is the home we want, figure out how to get it. I said, okay, I'm on it. When they say, it doesn't matter to me, whatever, it might be a big deal to me and you, but to them, it's just money. And the hassle and the time is way more of a problem than the money. So just say, okay. And then when they say, all right, just sell it, I say, yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. During negotiations, much easier. I had try doing a 300,000 transaction and you got a blown water heater, right? How much is an installation and water heater? Probably in my market, $1,200 to $1,500 for a 100-gallon, natural gas water heater. Well, that could be a big deal in a $300,000 transaction in a condo. I've had a client who had a $45,000 roof repair that said, I don't care. If that's the last thing that it takes to get this deal done, then fine. I'll either reduce the price by 45,000 or I'll give them a credit at closing. Figure out what they want and write it up. Okay. And so that's where I say, okay, here's what it's going to take. It's going to be either, door number 1 or door number 2, A or B, right? So you have to be training yourself when you're working with affluent clients to give them information they can make decisions on. That's what they want. They want to work with someone that's going to say, here's the problem. Here's 2 alternative solutions. Which one do you want to do? Here's the data that backs up A and B. And so they go away and look at it all, analyze it, and they come back and say, do B. I say, okay, done, right? And I make it happen, right? Inspection objections, so much easier. And then they say, I am ready to move on. This happens a lot with sellers when they just want to turn the page. They want to be done and sell the home and move on to the next chapter in their life. And you just say, I get it, I understand, right? So I've heard a lot from other agents that have said, you know what, I'm not in a resort area. Maybe I want to work in a resort area, but I'm currently not. Well, I can just tell you that all the things that I'm teaching you today and the things in my systems, it doesn't matter if you're in a resort area. I would say that just target the neighborhoods, the gated communities, the golf course communities, the ranching areas, wherever you have the affluent or high value, high end segment of your market, then go serve that market. Go figure out that market, okay? And people say to me sometimes, hey, I'm scared to work with rich people, like they're some kind of a disease, you're going to get a virus or something. It's like, I get it. I know it can be different, but they're just people that have more money than you and me, right? So sometimes they say, well, they won't like me. And I teach you how to get them to like you, how you can understand them so that they will know you, like you, and trust you, okay? And again, this addresses the thing of on the left, it's much harder to do the 10, 20, 30, 40, $300,000 transactions versus the handful of $3 million transactions to get to the same volume and to get to the same target income, okay? There's much more pressure working on luxury multi-million dollar deals. I disagree. And as I said earlier, as long as you show up, you're hardworking, and you do what you do, which is real estate stuff, and you have ethics and integrity, and you're serving your clients, guess what? Your affluent client will appreciate that so much. In fact, I would say that the people on the low end, they don't at all appreciate the time and effort that we put in. And I also teach how you can ensure that the clients understand things that you do every single day. I do this all the time. I text somebody, hey, I just wanted you to know we had a showing today, but before the showing, I went to your home, I opened up all the lights, I opened the door, I turned on the fireplace, I turned on the music, it looks great. And I made sure the furniture on the deck was in order. And then after the showing, I came back and shut it all down and locked it all up, and I'll send you the feedback, right? Why did I do that? Because I proved to them what I'm doing for them every single day, right? So think of all the hard things that you have done in your life, whatever those things are. And when you first start, it's hard. But after the first one, the second one, the third one, it gets easier and easier because you learn, how to repeat your successes, right? So you might be thinking, all right, well, what are other agents going to say about me behind my back? Well, I think they're going to say, wow, look at what Chris has accomplished. Wow, look at the buyer that Chris is bringing. Look at the fact that he's showing these multi-million dollar homes now, and he is arrived in our market, right? You can't control if they're throwing, darts at you or arrows at. Who cares? If people are going to sit around and belittle you because you're working hard to improve yourself and be successful, then they're trying to hold you down. So you can't control what other people think or say or do. Don't worry about that segment of your market because you're not going to be working with them much anyway, okay? So if you say, I don't know if you ever saw Jeff Foxworthy, just might be a redneck if. Well, you just might be lazy if you say, I don't understand that segment of the market, right? And I would say, just go do it. Figure it out. Go look at those luxury subdivisions and those areas that you want to. Look at those larger homes, those affluent country club buyers and sellers, and figure out how you can get involved in that segment of the market, or the yacht club, or the arts segment of the market, the Philharmonic, the symphony, whatever the segment of the market where the affluent are hanging out, that's where you want to figure out how you can hang out. And then I've had agents say, gosh, if I just knew what to do, I would do it. Well, keep listening, because my systems will take you through step by step of exactly what you're supposed to do. All right. So once again, you can use all these systems, even if you're not in a resort market, to sell in your high-end market, right? And if you're still saying, well, I can't, then I would refer you to this quote from Henry Ford, who said, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. Okay? And what he was trying to say is, be the glass half full person and say, I can. And then you will end up accomplishing great things. Okay. So I've had people that say, well, my brokerage already provides me with all my leads. Well, good. If that's true, then that could be the cherry on top for you. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't control your own ship, your own boat, and figure out how you can given the landscape in your market, be more successful. Okay. So again, take a quick second here and let you type in the chat box while I take a quick drink of water. All right. Shelby, just pipe in if there's any questions that we have that we need to answer. And looks like we're doing good.
Sounds good. Yep.
All right, so we're going to keep going. And again, as we keep going, I'm going to go a little bit deeper and a little bit faster. So hang on. All right. So people are always saying, well, how have you been so successful? And at this point, you're probably wondering, well, how am I doing what I'm doing, and how is this working? Right. And so if you'd like to learn exactly how I'm attracting my dream clients, now we're getting to the step number 3, and how to build trust and attract your dream clients and earn an extra $100,000 in commissions, right? And you can't build trust by whining, all right? And so we always had a saying in our household, no whining, right? I kind of joke about this sometimes. I sometimes feel like as the breadwinner, and I'm the ox, I'm pulling the cart, and sometimes I turn around and everybody who is in the cart is whining, and I'm like pulling it uphill, working as hard as I can. So let me just tell you that affluent clients, buyers and sellers, they don't want to hear you whining. Okay. If you wake up every day and you think that there's too much competition, or you come home at the end of the day and tell your spouse or significant other, well, this is what you look like on the right. Okay. If you say, oh, I can't be successful because the market is up. Oh, it's too expensive. All my clients think the market's too expensive. Well, go find new clients that don't think it's too expensive, because somebody's buying homes in your market, right? Oh, the market's down. Well, go figure that out. Oh, the market's flat, right? If this is what you're saying, well, you might be saying, oh, it's just not fair. Those agents like Chris Kopf that are already established, and they're just, it's so easy for them. Well, guess what? Remember, I started at the beginning of this web class. I started from scratch, okay? Yeah, it's way easier for me now than it was in the very beginning, but I've already been through all that, right? I've spent the time and effort, and I had to learn it all myself. I'm giving you the keys to the kingdom, all right? Oh, there's no inventory out there. Well, guess what? I have 3 clients. I'm going to be listing homes in the next month that I already have set up, that have listing agreements that are going to be listed. I have 36 listings right now in my market, okay? And I'm balancing and managing all this on a daily basis, and doing webinars and coaching clients. So if you say, hey, prices are just too high, or my clients are all jerks, or whatever, I'm going to say, so what? So what? Stop whining, right? What are you going to do about it? That's the question, right? Be the glass half full person and say, okay, let's take a step back, right? Because everybody else in your market is the playing field, right? So if you want some great news, here's some great news, okay? Even if you have been whining, let me give you an epiphany. And this is something that I realized, that when I realized this, it totally changed my perspective, all right? So I don't know if you remember this or you've seen this, but 67% of buyers only contact one agent and do business with that agent. Okay, 67% of buyers. And when I saw that, I said, whoa, All I have to do is be that one agent and be top of mind. Okay. So if you just show up and at least be average, you're going to earn 67% of the people that contact you, or 67% of the buyers out there. So if you're just average, you're going to get your share, but you got to be top of mind. You have to market yourself and be out there and be visible and differentiate yourself, right? And be an attractive character to your dream client segment, all right? And then 78% of all sellers don't use the same agent they use to buy their home. And when I saw this, I said, whoa, all I have to be, again, is top of mind and be a trusted authority. Because when I first started, I thought, well, it's going to take me a long time to break into the blue bloods of the market. I mean, there's agents in my market when I started, just like your market, that they've been selling real estate for 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years. They've been, they got blue hair now. They're like, they've been selling real estate forever. For sure, all the sellers are going to call them to do business because they helped them buy that home. Not true, right? 78% of sellers don't use the same agent. 67% of buyers only contact one agent, and they don't know every agent in the market from squat. So it's a good chance you're going to get contacted on the buyer side if you put yourself out there, and on the seller side, if you can earn their trust. Okay, you got to be top of mind, so you can attract affluent clients and earn their trust. So this was my epiphany. All right, and this is important for you to understand, because it's another fundamental of secret 3 and the rest of what we're going to talk about. So just imagine if you can attract one new affluent client in your market. You're just one affluent client away, because that could be the affluent client that is a luminary, very influential, and has a lot of followers. Whether they're, and I'm going to share a story in a second about a luminary seller that I had in my market. But what would that mean to you? It's going to mean more money in your pocket, a balance in your life. Success breeds success. You can become a top agent. You're going to earn the respect of your peers and the other prospective clients in your market. You're going to generate more happiness. And I will tell you, yes, you could be happy without money, but you could be happier with money, because money gives you choices. And if you want to give it back, I don't care if you want to give it all away, write checks. You're still going to be happier when you write those checks. And I enjoy doing that in my community as well. You're going to get a breakthrough. You're going to have an increase in status. You're going to be setting yourself and your family and your lifestyle up for the future, right? So I'm a big fan, if you haven't already known, of repeatable systems to attract my dream clients. And I'm going to teach you how to put them to work in your business, okay? So we're in this together, and if you're ready for a couple insights in how I attract those dream clients, then stick around, because we're getting to the end of this, but I'm going to go through some super important stuff now, because you might be having systems in your market and things that you're doing where you're actually repelling affluent clients. You might actually be doing the opposite of what your clients think, when they think about a real estate agent. So you may think you're doing all the right things and lots of people know you and like you, but perhaps there's a good chance your phone's not ringing because most people don't currently value you or your expertise. And I know that hurts, ouch, but they may know you and like you, but they don't use you as a real estate agent because they don't trust you to be their real estate agent. All right. So how can you build trust? Well, you have to define your dream client, who they are and where they are, because birds of a feather flock together, and then figure out, what do they want somebody to give them, right? How can you serve them? And then go there and serve them. Give them what they want. Give them value. Differentiate yourself. Remember that value proposition I talked about when I was in the technology world? The same exact thing for us. So let's use an example, okay? Let's say you're going to go to a swishy gala event, and you might say, well, why would I ever do that? And because the answer is, because that's where your dream clients are going to be, all right? And this is what it looks like. And the summer months for me, this is a lot of these events look like this, and I go to a lot of these gala events, right? And there's a lot of this going on, right? And this, people are at tables and they got bidding paddles, and there's live auctions and high fives, and a lot of this stuff. So don't do this. Don't be this person, right? You drink too much, or you're too tired, or whatever it is, and you don't look good. So this is what happens, right? You're standing around and you see this woman, the woman pointing at you, and everybody else kind of like putting their head in, and And what's the most common question you get after you tell someone, hey, I'm a real estate agent? People are like, well, who are you and what do you do? Well, my name's Chris Kopf and I'm a real estate agent. And then they say, hey, so how is the real estate market doing? In my market right now, they're asking me every single day. I answer this question, I swear, 10 times. Well, we're under, Vail is going to buy Crested Butte Mountain Resort. And so how's that going to affect the real estate market? They're very interested in that. I've written blog posts about that. I talk about that. I have a really good answer about that question. But what are you going to say when they ask you about your real estate market or specific questions? And how you answer this question will reveal your level of credibility and expertise and whether you'll be successful in attracting clients, okay? So do you want to know how I answer the question? You want to know what systems that I've created that build trust and give me the ability to answer these questions? I publish valuable content. Okay, so I answer the questions intelligently and with confidence, and my answers align with my dream clients, and I refer people to my valuable content. But I pick out little bits and pieces of my valuable content, and they may say, well, Chris, how's the real estate market in Crested Butte right now? I'm like, you know what? It's been great. We've had 5.5 years of continued success. We're up, volume and transactions. We've seen price points rising, kind of like a 747 taking off, not a huge inflection point. I personally don't feel like the Vail acquisition is going to create an inflection point unless there's a catalyst like we had back in 2004. But I do think that we have a very good market right now. In fact, it's a little bit weird. There's some funky things going on. What is that? Well, we've only had 2 transactions over $2 million through the end of June. Really? That's kind of weird. Yep. And one was a foreclosure. It was a big 9,000-foot cabin on the top of Red Mountain. The other one was a spec home built in downtown Crested Butte. So I'm hitting the ball back over the net, and I say, well, why do you ask? Have you an interest in the Crested Butte market? Do you have a home here? Are you, no, I'm just a visitor. I'm here with so-and-so. Oh, are you considering buying a home here? What's your interest? Is there anything I can do for you? In fact, I create this thing called a market report, right? And I can send it to you. So I make an extra 6 figures per year by being authority and publishing valuable content. And here's a story. I met with a luminary affluent couple about listing their luxury home. And this true story, sitting across the table at their home, they called me. I went and visited with them. I was there for a listing presentation, right? That's what I'm thinking in my mind. All right, I got my slides, I got my listing presentation. I'm nervous. This is a $2 million home. I want to earn their business. And the wife says, you're only here because of your market report. And I said, what? And she goes, yeah. And she points to her husband. She goes, you're only here because of your market report. I said, why is that? He said, well, I don't know how we got on your list, but we've been getting your market report for the last 2 years, and we love it. And I always said, whenever we're ready to sell, you're our man. And I said, what do you mean by that? They said, we're ready to list our home. We want you to be our agent. And she sort of had a scowl on her face. I could tell that she wanted another agent, but he persevered, and I was there, and they had already made the decision that I was going to be the real estate agent. Okay, so I won the listing. I already won it before I walked in the door. And this one client has led to many additional clients. So I represent them in the sale of their home. It was actually $1,850,000. Then they referred me to a client that sold another home for $1,125,000. Then they bought a lot that was at $877,000. Then they sold. It referred me to another client that sold a lot for $565,000. So I've been very successful just with that one client, and they were a luminary in my community, which has led to a lot of additional business. Okay, so here's a copy of my newsletter. This is a sample example of my newsletter. I go through this in detail on my online academy. I go through and break down every single segment of why I do what I do in the newsletter, how you can do it. I provide a template for you, exactly what I do, and you can start simple and then build up to this, or you can start with this and replicate it just as I've created it. This is my market report. I send this out every single month. If you go to my blog on my website, you can see the intro to that. If you log in and get a copy of, want to get on my email distribution list, you can do that. But I give this out because it gives me authority, and I send this to about 3,000 people every single month. So here's another trust story. Okay, you ready for another story? Well, this was a buyer, and they were from Dallas, Texas. They were a family that knew my family. My wife played tennis with the wife. We were members of the same country club in Dallas, and they knew me, they liked me, they knew my wife, they liked her, they knew me and they liked me. Okay, I almost gave away the answer to the secret. So the good news is they bought a $2.2 million second home. The bad news is they did not select me to be their real estate agent. Okay, so the reason was because they didn't trust me to be the agent. All right, they liked me and they knew me, but this gets back to the sphere of influence thing, right? You can solicit people all day long, and believe me, I made calls and emails and texts, but they didn't use me as their agent. Okay, so what happened? I put my newsletter system in place with this prospective client and consistently send them valuable information. And then they had another real estate need, and they said, "Hey, we're just curious. What do you think our property is worth?" And it was not a big deal, but they wanted to sell a parcel of land. So I represented them. It was 175,000, and then they had another need, and I helped them find a lot that they wanted to buy that cost $1,750,000, and that total was almost $2 million and gross commission income to me over $57,000, right? And this is from a client that had used somebody else to another agent that was still in my market to buy a $2.2 million home. So, we're kind of at the end of what I was going to teach today, but I'm going to over deliver. Is it okay if I give you a bonus secret, something you can start doing today in your market? Another way that I use to instantly attract affluent clients, right? And I ask you, just trust me. This secret has generated hundreds of thousands of dollars in gross commission income for me, so don't be scared. And lights, camera, action. I create lifestyle videos. This one lifestyle video, I got a call the next day after I posted this, and they said, "Hey, we just saw your video." Asterisk, I was top of mind. And they said, "Would you come talk to us about listing our home? We've been thinking about it for a while. We've sort of been following you, but we saw this, and it was what caused us to give you a call." I do a lot of these lifestyle videos, and I do it because they're repeatable systems and they work. And I have many more systems. And you think I would keep doing these things if they didn't work? Remember, I've earned hundreds of thousands of dollars doing these things, and I've cast aside all the things that didn't work. Okay. So repeatable systems that work. There's a little clue there for you. All right. So we define our dream client. We figure out where they are. We figure out what we can do to serve them, how we can give them the things that they want, how we can be top of mind. And we go there on the internet, we go there at gala events, we go there in lots of different places, and we give them what they want, which is valuable, right? And so I am recapping now what are my secret systems. I'm top of mind, I differentiate myself, I create value, I demonstrate my credibility, I build trust, and new affluent clients call me, and then I get to do real estate stuff and be a real estate agent. Okay, so you too are just one luminary affluent client away. Now let me ask you a question. If you're getting this and this is information is helpful, type yes. All right, so I just have to ask you this question too. Did I keep my promise? How do I instantly attract affluent clients and earn an extra $100,000 in commissions? And how can you do it in your resort market? I've given you 6 strategies, tactics, tips, and techniques, systems that I've used in my market. And you might be thinking, man, this is going too fast, like drinking from a fire hose. So question is, do you see how systems are critical to attracting new affluent clients? And if you want to learn more and you want to think a little bit more about your business, this is like extra time. I'm going to give you some extra information, and I want you to just go through this exercise with me. So what's a client worth to you in your resort market, right? And we've gone just a little bit over an hour, but I'm going to go through this exercise, and I think you'll find this super valuable, okay? Well, get out a blank piece of paper and write down if you're going to sell a home and it was going to be the dream transaction. Is that a $1 million transaction? If your average is 200,000, 300,000, $1 million looks pretty good. It might be 2 million, it might be $5 million, it might be more. You might be in a very affluent market and you're like, no way, I'm going to set my sights at a $10 million transaction. Okay, so write that number down. Okay, and then what's the extra gross commission income from that transaction, and then do the math. All right, so write that gross commission income number down. All right, so I'm going to help you. So let's just assume one new affluent client was $2 million for you. Okay, so if we do the math and we assume this is hypothetical, right? We're not allowed to talk about commission rates. I'm hypothetically assuming, totally hypothetical, 3%. Well, if we did that, then the gross commission income is going to be $60,000. And let's take away, right? Assuming 2/3 comes into your pocket and 1/3 goes to your brokerage or your national brokerage. Maybe you're an independent agent, you get 100% of that. Well, great. Then I'm going to assume 2/3 of it's coming to you. That's $40,000 net commission income incremental to you by being able to attract this new affluent client using the systems that I am talking about today, right? An extra commission check. Remember, every listing and new buyer should attract a minimum of 2 to 3 additional clients. Birds of a feather flock together. So we're going to be conservative and assume you're going to attract one new similar client from this other one client. So that actually doubles where we were before. 60,000 turns into 120,000 in extra gross commission. 40,000 turns into 80,000 in net commission, right? So can you see how these secret systems can help you to attract new affluent clients and generate significant extra income for you? And if you still have that pen handy, remember, what if these secret systems that I'm talking about, that I'm using, that are working in my market, are really going to work, and you're going to do the work and implement these month after month after month, right? Then what could you think you might be able to attract 2 new affluent clients in the next 12 months? Well, if we did that math, we can double it again, and your gross commission income is 240,000, and your net commission income is 160,000. All right. So imagine how cool it will be when you earn that extra 100,000 in commission in your resort market without ever having to make a cold call again. Okay. So can you see how these secret systems are able to attract affluent clients and significantly increase your income and help you to transform your business and your life so you can live the dream, right? Your dream. All right, so have I reinforced this slide that I said at the very beginning? I want you to keep me accountable to this without ever having to make cold calls. Check. All right, so if you're getting this, again, chat in the chat box and say, yep, thumbs up, I'm getting it. All right, so I just want to ask you one more question, right? Would you like me to help you to implement these systems? Because you could sign off now and say, okay, man, I was valuable, man. That guy, an hour and 12 minutes, and he really helped me to learn a lot of things about how he's running his business and how he can be successful. But if you want to stick around for another, if you give me 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to go over a very special offer that I created for you and 499 other agents, because I have a goal in the next 12 months that we have 500 agents that implement Attract Client Secrets and our online academy. Okay, so the Attract Client Secrets Masterclass is in the online academy right now. It's immediately available. It's a 6-week masterclass, and it's got all my secrets in one place. It's easy to access online. You can get it instantly. It goes through these things that we talk about. In the very beginning, I'm going to challenge you to make some decisions to change the way you're doing business now. I'm going to go through the dream client exercise so you can really understand your avatar and their demographics and who they are and where they're from and all the things that are about those people, so you can effectively create messaging and marketing to reach them that's going to resonate with them. Okay, so they're going to call you. You're going to create your brand. You're going to establish authority. So when they look you up online, they're not going to see an empty suit, or what we said in Texas, big hat, no cattle, right? When they see you online, then they go look at your profiles, when they look at your about me, when they look at your materials that you're putting out on your marketing report and your newsletter, they're like, wow, this person understands the market. They have their stuff together, right? And then you can win their business and sign buyer agency agreements and listing agreements. You can successfully learn how to work with them. Remember, I showed that slide about Mr. Big, right, and Sex and the City and how to work with clients. I take you through exercises about how to effectively work with affluent clients so that you're earning not just their trust, but their respect, and that they refer you to other clients, and how to do that, right? How to get them to the closing table and maximize your success with those testimonials, referrals, and references, and how we repeat that, right? Because it's all about repeatable systems, so you can earn an extra $100,000 in the next 12 months, all right? So here's 3 quick examples of how my systems work. I'm going to continue to give you more proof, right? I had a ski in, ski out listing that was priced at $1.8 million, and I used one of my systems to attract an affluent client. They were not looking for a second home because they already had a second home in my market, right? They called me, and guess what happened? Yep, they bought that home, and I got both sides of the transaction. The buyer and the seller were very happy because I focus every day on serving my clients and ensuring, especially when I'm a dual agent, that I have ethics involved and integrity involved, and every step of the way I'm ensuring that I'm doing checking with my clients to make sure they're happy. And at the end, they were very, very happy. And I also got the listing on the buyer's other home. So $1,730,000 sold, $1,730,000 plus 850 got to 4.3 million. It was 129,000 in incremental commissions to me because I attracted that buyer, because I earned that listing, and I was able to do that because I had systems in place that are repeatable that you can also use in your market. All right. And this is the quote from the buyer. If it were not for my marketing systems, the buyer said they would not have called me, and that transaction would never have happened. Okay. Another system, example number 2, go fish in the pond where your dream clients are. Remember, that was secret number 2 in the how to define your dream clients and attract them, right? So these are the Center for the Arts Tour de Force. We go to these events. Somebody opens up their home. People come in. They hire a chef, and they volunteer their time. Somebody donates the food and the wine, and people come. Well, guess what? I did a tour de force, and I volunteered to be a server. It supports the Center for the Arts. And this client called me and said, hey, we saw how hard you were working at the tour de force, for a cause that we also think is a great cause, the Center for the Arts. And so we want to support people that support the things that we think are important in our community. And would you come and talk to us about listing our home? I won this business. Again, I showed up. It wasn't a listing presentation. I got the listing. This home sold at the list price of $3.9 million. And bam, got it done. My systems work. So example number 3, your passion, your story, your differentiation. What is it? Are you systematically leveraging your passion? My passion plus real estate is helping me live the dream. And my passion is fly fishing. In fact, yesterday I was with 2 clients and I was fishing on the Gunnison River, and it's part of my passion. And I love to fish, and it's been something that's enabled me to be very successful in my market because I've built my business as a segment around fishing. So I publish these photos. I publish many more photos on the web about fishing, and I attracted a buyer who bought a lot in this development called the Wilder on the Taylor. And then I earned the business of the developer, and I listed all the lots in the development. For 18 months, we sold 5 additional riverfront home sites, total of $8 million. Recent buyer after that, I represented us, bought a lot for $1,750,000. Total volume sold because I was a fly fisherman and understood the value of this development in 2 miles of the Taylor River. Total volume over 11 million. $337,000 in gross commission income, and I have another listing in there that's currently listed at $3.2 million. I sold this home site on the East River Ranches for $1,047,000, and I'm also listing 12 home sites at the reserve on the East River. It's over $18 million in total listings. And let me just show you a quick video, 30-second video I've used to promote this listing. All right, so that is the trailer for the video, okay? So those are just examples. I'm using my creativity, I'm leveraging technology, I'm leveraging my ability to be an authority and expert in my market. And does this make sense? Are you understanding my passion of fly fishing, how I've been able to leverage that? And for you, it might be dance, it could be the arts, it could be performing arts, it could be golf, it could be being a part of a yacht club, it could be part of a country club, it could be you have a special gift that you want to share and help people that are less fortunate or wounded warriors or disabled or whatever. Look around in your community, figure out what are things that you're passionate about, what skills you have, what things can you use to complement your self and differentiate yourself in the market. So if that makes sense to you, go ahead, and it looks like we're getting a lot of yeses there in the chat box. So you may be wondering, yeah, but will this work for me? And remember, I said this will work for agents who are just starting out and who need a proven plan. Just tell me what to do. I hear a lot. Agents who are successful but ready to get to the next level. Agents that are targeting a new market segment but don't know how to go about it most efficiently. Agents who have stopped growing or tired of soliciting or not leveraging technology and are part of the agents that want to have a balance and dream and live the dream in their life, right? So you might be thinking, well, yeah, but I'll get to that, you know. When's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. And the second best time? Today, right? Today, because every day you're going to grow just like that tree does. And I would encourage you to get started now, and I'm going to give you an offer on how to get started and the things that I've done that you can leverage, right? So the first segment of this offer is the Attract Client Secrets Masterclass, and the value for that is $10,000. And I've got all my secrets and 30 years of my prior business life in there. But that's not all. I'm also going to give you my bundle, my physical products bundle, which includes my book, my audio book, my fast action guide, my 8-disc audio CD set, right? And I'm going to ship this to your doorstep, and it's going to arrive physically, and you're going to be able to read my book and highlight it and mark it up. And my fast action guide complements the 8-disc audio CD series. And then I have the audio book that I actually read my entire book, and there's sidebars where I tell more stories that are in the book and examples of things that I've done that I reference even to this day in the book. So you'll get that as well, and you'll be that one agent that you're able to attract your dream clients, and you're going to be able to learn how to be a trusted authority so you can get rid of cold calling and that roller coaster and wasting time working with unqualified people, right? So I've broken down these roadblocks for you, and I'm going to, in the Attract Secrets Masterclass and my physical products, I'm going to give you the exact systems I'm using in my business every single day that made me a rising star, allowing me to help so many other clients while consistently earning over $500,000 a year, right? And you can get started right now and save time. And I've spent years to discover these secrets, and I've been perfecting these systems over time. And you can spend the next 5 years figuring this all out, but you can take advantage of my offer today, and I'll get to that really shortly here, and you can save time and save money because my systems will work for you right now. It's a simple step-by-step systems, and they will work for even you. And I'll help you build the foundation that you need, and you can pick and choose from these systems that you want to implement right away. But I'm going to give you the systems and the chronology that you're going to use, and I'm going to tell you in a minute how we're going to help to keep you accountable and keep you on track, right? What you need to do and how you can do it, and you're going to learn how to attract affluent clients so you can make that extra 100,000 in the next 12 months guaranteed, and I'll get to that in a second. All right, so remember, as I said earlier, if you can't attract new affluent clients to call you, then nothing else matters, okay? So my Attract Client Secrets Masterclass, my Resort Real Estate System for Success bundle, total value of almost $12,000. And when you invest today, you're also going to get hours of access to me, coaching through my success and the mistakes I've made and the lessons that I've learned. You're going to get strategic lessons from me every single week because I've created the Resort Real Estate System for Success Resort Report Radio. You're going to get 35 audio lessons with action guides delivered to your inbox that you can use immediately. And I had to go through years of discovery to be able to bring this to you. And these lessons, they're stories, lessons. I kind of go through diving deep about my journey, my struggles, and my wins, and specific transactions, and how I was able to overcome, how I was able to deal with unusual situations that you can learn from. And I'm going to summarize my insights and the benefit of my years of experience. And you're going to love listening, whether you're in your car, you're working out, you're on a walk, whenever you can listen to these. And I'll ship you the PDFs as well, so you get the strategic lessons and you can take action with these action guides, because they're going to be complementing the audio, and you're going to have a set of actions that you can take immediately to ensure your success. Okay, so again, you get my Attract Client Secrets Masterclass, my Resort Real Estate System for Success physical bundle. I'm going to ship to you these strategic audio lessons with the detailed action guides and my marketing minute videos. So as I mentioned before, I do these other impromptu videos, but for my coaching, I do these marketing minute videos. So when I have something that was really valuable that I learned today, and I put that in a short video, and I will send one of these every single week. You're going to get 52 marketing minute videos that you can use in your business. These are short lessons that are easily consumable, where I document my key observations, some of my best secrets, and I'm going to put this together in short bite-sized videos just for you. And I share valuable behind the scenes secret tactics, that how I'm attracting affluent clients, how I'm learning, how I'm evolving, and how I'm converting clients and helping them get to the closing table. So it's going to make it easy for you. You're going to love getting these, and I'm going to model the way, and you'll just be like watching me over my shoulder as I grow, and you can grow along with me, and I'm going to give you new ideas so you'll be able to copy exactly what I'm doing today. So again, you'll get my 52 marketing minute videos, my 35 strategic lessons, my Resort Real Estate System for Success bundle, and Attract Client Secrets Masterclass, value of almost $15,000. And I'm not done. I'm going to give you some bonuses, and I want to give you this bonus called Experts or Authors. Authors are experts, and this really is. Remember before, I wasn't going to add this, and I thought, we really need to make sure people understand, diving really deep, how I'm able to do the blog posting that I'm doing, and why I'm doing what I'm doing, and how I can get my market report out every single month. And I'm going to show you exactly how I create my market report, and I'm going to give you a template for it. The newsletter training, I'm going to show you exactly how I create my newsletter. You can watch over my shoulder, and I'm going to give you training on that. These are templates that you can use immediately, and training and video that you can use immediately. And I'm going to show you how I create, send, post, and share these blog posts and these detailed market reports and these newsletters, okay? And it took me a long time, believe me, to set all this stuff up and to understand how to use it, and to get the feedback and understand what publishing really meant, and why to publish, what to publish, where to publish it, how to repurpose your content, and how to create all this stuff, right? I've got these 3 different modules that are going to teach you exactly that you can invest only 3 hours a week. And remember, I said in the beginning, if you say, gosh, this seems like a lot of work to me, I don't know if I have enough time or the expertise or the skills, you can repurpose your content immediately to attract clients. And if you have a virtual assistant, you can have them go through the training, so you don't have to figure this all out yourself. You can outsource it to somebody else, right? But I'm going to teach you exactly the things that I'm doing step by step. So that's my bonus number 1, the Experts Authors Training Course, right? So if all this did was help you get off the roller coaster and help you consistently attract new clients every month, would it be worth it to you? Okay, if all this did was give you a system to help identify and target your dream clients so you can stop wasting time with unqualified people, get balance back in your life and your business so you can live the dream with freedom you desire, would it be worth it to you? Remember the beginning, we talked about how important money and freedom was, and money gives us freedom. Well, that's what I'm trying to help you with, right? So you can enjoy yourself and live in resort market, or take those vacations that you want, get that healthy lifestyle that you want, right? So you could be that one agent that's top of mind and a trusted authority. So agents will call you. Remember that one new affluent client, that extra 40,000 just for one. I mean, let's bring $100,000 is doable if you repeat this every single month, but just bring it closer. Let's get that target closer. I'm just going to say, what if you could only attract one client and you earned an incremental $40,000? What would that mean to you, right? I think it would make business sense for me to be able to charge $40,000 to get all my systems, right? Because after that, every single sale is pure profit for you if you invested $40,000, right? So you could see it'd be a good deal if it was $40,000. But all these secrets and all my materials, my result of 35 years of my sales and marketing experience and 9 years plus of successful time as a real estate agent is helping me to attract affluent clients without cold calling, right? So Now I'm going to over deliver. I'm going to give you a bonus number 2. I'm going to ship you these 2 books. These are books I've written and I give to my clients. The Complete Guide to Buying Your Mountain Dream Home, Complete Guide to Selling Your Mountain Dream Home. And I want you to model the way, because these books have helped me obtain over $100 million in new listing business from seller listings and buyer clients. And they're part of my reputation as an expert in my resort market. And so, some agents waste money on pens and magnets and calendars and coffee cups. This stuff is junk or crap. And I give prospective clients a valuable book. And I'll just tell you that these books cost me under $4. Think of the value that I've been able to use these books, and I give them to people, and their response is, wow. I signed a book they said, would you please sign it for us? So I wrote a little, transcribed a little thing inside, and I signed my name. It's a new buyer client that I just got a buyer agency agreement signed today, okay? So this stuff works, and I want you to understand there's lots of ways that you can use your creative talents to become an expert in your resort market to attract your dream clients, okay? So you're going to get that in addition to all the other things, in addition to my experts or authors training class. And I want you to know you have a choice, right? You can be the agent on the left who continues to do the same things over and over expecting different results, or you can be the agent on the right that ends up being very successful and is the one that wins the honors and the awards, gets the recognition, the status, attracts dream clients, right? And you're going to learn my proven secrets and my systems so you can transform your business and your life, okay? And I want you to know that just as I've been transparent with everything about my life and my business, right? I mean, I've shared some pretty intimate things with you today, things that you won't hear from a lot of people, because I want to ensure your success. And I'm super excited to share Shelby with you, because she is one of my daughters and she's come on board to work with me. I recruited her away to from Colorado Homes and Lifestyles magazine. She was very successful helping clients with marketing and advertising, and she's going to help keep you accountable, because she's going to be the catalyst that's going to help answer the questions that you have, managing the systems to keep you on track, right? She's going to help you so you can attract affluent clients and earn that extra $100,000 in the next 12 months, right? All right, so those people that are listening now, and you may still be on the replay, and that's okay. I'm going to still extend this bonus to you, only available for 15 people that take this, but I'm going to set up a 25-minute one-on-one coaching call with me and you, all right? So this bonus is for the first 15 people, so sign up because you're seeing this webinar or you're on the replay, right? I'm super busy and being a real estate agent and creating valuable content for you, but I want you to know that I want to ensure your success, and I want to understand what your business is like, what you're doing, where your challenges are, and how I can direct you to the systems that I've created and show you the way so that you can exceed your expectations, and 2018 and 2019 can be your breakthrough years. All right, so let me help you. Let me answer your questions so you can earn that income. And so here you go. This is really the stack of all of the things that you're going to get. The Attract Client Secrets Masterclass. And this, I mean, all these bonuses, I mean, this is worth $19,000, $18,980, right? And remember, if you just attract one affluent client and then you were able to duplicate that by attracting additional clients, birds of a feather flock together, you'll easily earn an $120,000, and it would be, you can see why it'd be worth $19,000. But I had 2 choices, and I could go as cheap as possible, and I could have chopped all this stuff out, but no, I decided I wanted to put it all in there and stack on the value for you. So I decided to go with all the things that are in this offer. So yes, it requires a slightly higher investment, and but in exchange for that, we can dedicate more time and energy and resources and value to you on our side to help guarantee your success, right? And only 500 exclusively are going to get access to this. And so here it is. It's not $18,980. I'm offering this for $1,997, okay? So you can click the link you see in the webinar chat box, or go to https:// resortrealestatecoach.com/order. Okay, if you type that in your browser and hit order, you'll get to the order web page. It's $1,997, and you get all that. It's only a cup of coffee per day. What's your favorite Starbucks coffee? Well, here's the link. Click the link in the chat box or type this in your browser. It's total value of almost $19,000 for only $1,997. And it's not a cost. This is an investment in you. Remember, I talked about what I learned in the technology world, that you could have great technology, but if you didn't have skilled people, and technology companies would especially in startups, they want to invest as much as they can in their people to get the right people out there that have the skills in front of clients. Well, that's the same as you, because you are the product and you are the service. Okay, this is a one-time investment in you. Right? And knowledge is power, and it's an investment in your knowledge and your business. So go ahead and click on the link in the chat box, or on this link you can see the bottom. Just type that in, and so you can support your lifestyle, your family, your future, and if you want, give back with all the money that you could make in the future. So again, only $1,997, less than a cup of coffee per day. And if you still have questions, I encourage you to call this 888 number, 888-623-2890, and leave a detailed message. If you have a question, leave your phone number, your full name, and we'll return your call and answer any questions. If there's something that's holding you back from making a decision and we're not able to get to it for some reason, we didn't get to it, and I don't see any glaring questions in the chat box. So if you still have questions, go ahead and call this 888 number and give your detailed message, and we'll answer those questions. So average kids college, $30,000 a year. What's your guarantee? $120,000 for 4 years of college. I've got two daughters still in college, and one that graduated. There's no guarantees. The University of Colorado in Boulder doesn't tell me when my kids sign up that they're going to give me a guarantee if they make a certain income, or any guarantees on their tuition. But I'm telling you that your education for only $1,997, you can earn an extra $100,000 and start living the dream. And I'm going to give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you get into the online academy, if you get the physical products, and you think in the first 30 days that the information, the materials are not right for you for any reason, then you just let us know and we'll give you your money back. 100% money back guarantee. And so there's no risk. Go ahead and click that and get started today and invest in yourself. It's $19,000 value for only $1,997. And again, you're going to get the Attract Client Secrets Masterclass, the physical bundle, the audio files with the action guides, the marketing minute videos. You're going to get the Experts or Authors training course. You're going to get my two books, the buying book, the selling book. Shelby's going to be there for accountability. I'm going to be there for the coaching calls. And you now have two choices. You could do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free, right? 100% guarantee. Or second option, make a small investment in yourself compared to all the value you'll get in return, and start your personal development today. So go ahead and click on the link in the chat box, or type that URL in your browser. And my systems are working, and I'm super excited to help you and help other agents to get to the top, to summit, to be successful, whatever that means for you. So let's do this together, and go ahead and click the link you see in the chat box, or sign up here, and I'm going to see you on the inside. Okay, just do it and you'll be glad you did, and earn the money you deserve so you can live your dream. It's only $2,000, $1,997. And if you want to join, you have to do it now to get all the products plus the bonuses. Right? And I know that those are serious about their business and their future and their success in 2018 and beyond. Will take immediate action. So invest in yourself and don't wait. I want this to be the catalyst for you to immediately start building a sustainable business and make 2018 your breakthrough year. So go ahead and sign up now so you can have 2018 and 2019 be the best ever. And again, this is all of what you're going to get for only $1,997 total value. And one last thing, I really do thank you for attending. I thank you for your time, and I will see you on the inside. And this is the end. This is the last slide, and I just want to say thanks for your attendance, and I really look forward to the time that I can get on the call with you and to understand your business and to help you so you can apply all the systems that I've used to make you successful. All right. So have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside.